All right, welcome everybody. So I want to make sure that you know how to use the PC and the Celadon glazes, okay? So both of these work the same. They work similar to when you're painting on the clear glaze, but I want to make sure, remember, 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer, okay? Now, if you pick something that shows texture really good and you have texture on your monster mug, then, you know, it's going to be amazing. So whenever you go to use these glazes, make sure that your paintbrush is clean. Make sure that the lid is fully tightened. Shake it up a little bit, okay? And I always put my finger over the lid because if the last person didn't tighten this or you forgot to tighten it or it's on crooked and you go like this, it's gonna spray everyone and that would be horrible. And I don't want anyone to put glaze in the lid to like give it to another person. They just need to wait. Because if you put the glaze in here, that's why all this crustiness is happening and it makes a giant mess, okay? So if you want more cleanup, I mean, you know, whatevs, but we want less cleanup, right? So when you add on a layer, make sure that your brush is clean. You want to only load your brush, like not all the way up to the bezel. This is the bezel. You only want to go up to about here on your bristles, and then you're going to paint it on. And see how fast that dried? Because I've already wiped this off, and it's bisqueware, and I wiped it off with the clean damp sponge already. And when I just add it on, it kind of sucks up the glaze really fast, right? So this right here would be 1 layer, okay? Now down here where it didn't fully coat, that doesn't count, okay? You really gotta actually get it all the way full layer, okay? And you gotta wait for it to dry in between layers. Now you can do the same thing with these glazes that we did with the underglazes where you put that piece of paper in there, and like I would need to use a smaller brush in the paper when I go around the teeth. But you already saw that in the other video. So this is 1 layer, and then I highly recommend changing your directions once this is fully dry. This isn't fully dry because see, this still is darker. So I would want to wait longer. But once it's all this like, you know, even gray color, then my next layer, I'm gonna go in the other direction, okay? That helps me keep track of how many layers that I've added on, and it also helps get rid of any like streaky bits. Now, if you do this when the layer underneath is still wet, you're actually gonna take glaze off and it won't be as thick, and then it won't be as even of a coat. All right, so happy glazing. Thanks everybody.